Good afternoon, people of the big blue round ball that we know as Earth. I'm your host, AK Raw. Welcome back to another edition of Klak's Kitchen. But today, we won't be in the kitchen, because today, I'm smoking chicken. Alright, before we begin though, we have to go over a list of our sponsors for this program. Art History 101 Clothing. Sup, Jay?
In association with
Passion and Proud Tattoo.
Also, Wooby Shoes, operators, available on the website now, which I helped design. Snake Farm Skateboards. Get yourself a shred stick and do a kickflip.
And the greatest football team ever, Eagles. Alright, let's get started. What I have in here in my fridge is all the chicken that I had marinating for about 48 hours. I used Sweet Baby Ray's hickory and brown sugar barbecue sauce with a little bit of lemon and lime juice and Uncle Yammy's chicken and rib rub. I think that's what it's called. So that's what the chicken looks like. A little marinade going on, nothing crazy. Let's get to the details of the smoker now. I have a charbroil smoker. It works pretty well.
inside it's got two levels.
One here to put the food. Here's a water pan, which I put my wood chips in, which we'll go over in a minute. And then down here is the charcoal bin. So what I like to do whenever I'm doing a smoke, I'd get some wood chips together. And right now I got some hickory wood chips that I soak in water for about 30 minutes before I begin putting the chicken or whatever meat I'm going to put in the smoker. And then after that burns off, then I take some other wood chips and I put them in a smoke box here, and that helps get some flavor in there. A lot of people don't understand about smoking meat is that you really want to get your wood chips in there at the beginning of the smoke so that that flavor gets into the meat, because once the meat gets hard and the skin starts to get taut, you're not getting any more flavor, and you gotta do it at the beginning for like an hour. Now what I have here, I have a charcoal starter. This is what I use. It helps get the charcoal going a little faster than just trying to do it inside the smoker, which takes forever. So you get some newspaper. I still read the newspaper. It matters what kind of charcoal you use too. Don't get that matchlite stuff and try to smoke meat with matchlite charcoal, because you'll ruin it. You'll get the flavor of the gnarly ass lighter fluid joint, whatever's in there, and this is going to taste like crap. So today I got this Frontier brand natural hardwood lump charcoal. That's what I'm going to use today. I try out different kinds of charcoal to see what's the best. I smoke a lot of meat. So all right, now that I got my charcoal starter filled with some of this good lump charcoal, what you want to do now is you take some newspaper, ball it up, you put it underneath, and you set it on fire, and you just wait till the charcoal starts getting ready to go into the smoker. Now that the charcoal is getting lit and getting ready to get white hot to get put into the smoker, so now we're going to go ahead and we're going to prep the smoker to get ready to receive the charcoal. Forgot, I had already prepped the smoker this morning before I started the video. I'll show you guys next time. So the tools that we use, obviously if you got to move the chicken around in there, just standard, grill style spatula, nothing fancy. Really don't use a lot of fancy stuff when I cook. And then just some tongs that, can help grab stuff. Really not much to it. Yeah, and this smoker, it was only like 70 bucks. Like, didn't cost much. And I prefer charcoal smoke over electric. Except one of my buddies has a natural gas one. But if you don't have natural gas at your house, really no point. Alright, I'm going to go over some key points of the smoker real quick, because the charcoal is still getting ready. On both sides of the smoker, I have these air vents here, and that allows air to get in to the charcoal. But what I like to do is I like to keep the two bottom ones fully open so that the charcoal gets air. I like to keep the top two closed so all the smoke from the charcoal coming up doesn't escape. So it keeps most of the smoke inside, and you get a real good hearty flavor out of it. Alright, the charcoal's going, so I got to shake it up, get some of that stuff around there. Swamp charcoal's pretty interesting. Man, wish I had some cheesesteak meat, man. I make myself cheesesteak while I'm waiting for this charcoal to get ready. It takes a minute. But that reminds me, I still got to do Nicole's buffalo chicken cheesesteak. She requested that, and I've been slacking. My bad. I'll get to it, Nicole. Alright, so you can see down there and how some of it's starting to get white hot and it's burning embers. So it's ready to go into the smoker. So the charcoal is going to go on the bottom pan, obviously. Put all this charcoal in there. Alright, slide it in there. Shut both doors. And we're going to let the temperature get up on the temperature gauge here on the front. Once the temperature of this gets to about 200, then I add the wood chips in the water. But while that's heating up, I immediately start another thing of charcoal because this stuff has a tendency to not last too long or heat up. So I always try and keep an excess of charcoal to add to keep the heat up and keep it steady. All right, now that the smoker is about at 200 degrees, I'm going to go ahead and grab the chicken and put the chicken in. But first, a word from our sponsors. First up, Snake Farm and Whoobies. Operators now available on the website. Get yourself a shred stick, get you some operators, and go do some tricks. Guess I'll do a frontside flip or something while we wait. That jump was kind of whack, but whatever. I tried it like 4 times and I was sweating like crazy. So here we go. I got the chicken pulled out of the refrigerator. It's been marinating. Looks pretty good. I'm gonna throw it in there. Oh yeah. Boom. Alright, there we go. I got about 9 chicken quarters in there ready to go. And just shut that. Now, since I opened the smoker to put the chicken in, the temperature went down, so now I gotta wait for the temperature to come back up before I add the wood chips so that the stuff actually starts smoking. Alright, now the temperature's back up, time to add the wood chips. Now that the wood chips are nice and soaked, now I have to pour them in here. Alright, and the water in there helps create like a steam and a smoke for it. And typically when you open the bottom compartment, you don't lose any heat. Alright, now the chicken's in there, smoking. We just wait. It's about 12 o'clock now. About 5 o'clock it'll be done. Now I gotta find out what am I gonna do with the next 5 hours.
Fly, Eagles fly, score a touchdown, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Oh yeah. Cheers, fans. Eagles. And now, a word from our sponsors. Art History 101.
Get all your finest clothing needs at Art History 101. Check them out on Facebook, Instagram, Starries the World.
I didn't realize I had that many shirts until I laid them all out, to be honest with you. Passion and Pride Tattoo. So the good homie, Adam 12, super dope MC, up at Passion and Pride Tattoo up on Cotman Ave, just outside of Philly, did this tattoo for me. Something that I had drawn out a long time ago, and I just got the skull with the crossed arrows on it. If you don't know what the crossed arrows mean, you need to read more. So the last time I was home on a 4-day pass, I had a special request from my son to get a predator tattoo, and since it was Father's Day, I felt, you know, what better way than to turn my son into a predator. And I asked Adam 12 if he could do it, and he said, yeah, sure, absolutely. So I wouldn't say he did a tattoo other than that I got to sit down and hang out with my homie and watch Predator while he drew a predator on my leg. It was a pretty awesome experience. So after the John's been cooking for a minute, now it's time to add the wet wood chips to the smoke box.
And all you do is you get some of these joints, throw them in this joint, spread them out, fill that whole joint up.
Close the box, throw that joint in there.
Smoky chippy flavor.
Due to some unforeseen circumstances with the weather, I had to erect this poncho hooch for my smoker so that the rain doesn't cool down the smoker. And where did I learn how to build this beautiful poncho hooch? You guessed it, in the Army.
Alright, so the bottom chicken is just a little bit below 150. I like to take chicken to about 165, so we still got about another hour to go. Let's get this bottom shelf out, because that one was at the temperature of about 170. I'm just going to scoop it right in there. Look at that beautiful chicken right there. It's gorgeous.
So we just took the first one out, and first set about 5 chicken quarters here. Take a look. Hopefully they're as delicious as I hope they are. All done. All the chicken is complete. Got 9 chicken quarters there, smoked to perfection, I hope. We'll see when we taste it and we sit down and eat. I got my 2 official taste testers here. My wife Allison and the other Allison, and they're diving into the chicken. How is it?
Amazing. Very good.
Yeah. AK Raw signing off. Time for chow. Peace.